Deadpool is a man of many talents, whether it's his sense of humor, his enthralling fighting techniques, or his impressive regeneration abilities that has you coming back to his comics for more. Needless to say, he's capable of a lot when it comes to taking on foes of all shapes and sizes. But being the merc with a mouth, he sometimes has to rely on a little help from technology in order to keep up with some of the faster-paced villains and heroes out in the Marvel Universe. So today we are counting down our favorite objects of his with our list of the top 10 gadgets you never knew that Deadpool had. But before we begin, we just want to give a major shout out to our sponsor of this video, Wallabot. Wallabot is an awesome wall imaging device that lets you identify pipes, studs, wires, and even movement within your walls. It's kinda like having X-ray vision, letting you see into your walls up to 4 inches, all by hooking it up to your Android phone and popping it next to the wall in question. Need to drill a hole in your wall for a little DIY project? Use Wallabot to take a look in behind your wall and see if it's possible. It'll let you avoid some major DIY disasters or disappointments, and you'll never have to worry about accidentally hitting a water pipe or cutting into electrical wire ever again. Or, if you're Deadpool, you can use it to break the fourth wall. Dad jokes, you're welcome. Anywho, check out the Wallabot website to learn more. It's in our video description below. Alright, now let's get to the fictional gadgets. Deadpool. Starting us off in at number 10, personal teleporters. Deadpool has had a slew of different kinds of teleporters over the years. While they vary in the way that they're represented in the comics, continuity is subjective as far as Deadpool is concerned. For the most part, his personal transportation device was crafted for him by his pal Weasel. In X-Force, he uses this device to teleport around with ease. Then, during Cable and Deadpool issue 6, when the duo had to combine their genes in order to stop themselves from basically melting thanks to the techno-organic virus, Wade was able to body slide to wherever Cable was present, thanks to Cable's built-in teleportation abilities via Providence's time displacement core. Often when they would teleport, the two would end up having their bodies awkwardly fused together. It's actually something that got adapted in Deadpool 2. But let's go back to his personal teleportation device. Eventually, it got to the point in the comics where Deadpool stopped using the teleportation device because, I quote, "it made it too easy." Fair enough. Side note, the Deadpool from Wolverine Origins was given John Wraith's power to teleport in that film. But that Deadpool doesn't really count now, does he? And at number 9, the Space Sedan. Oh, what a name. In Deadpool Volume 2, Issue 33, Deadpool, who at this point decided to get out of the mercenary game, encounters the new hotshot merc on the block, a fellow named Macho Gomez, who's trying to build up his reputation as, I quote, "the baddest, most feared operator in the galaxy." Him and Deadpool get into a kerfuffle, and when Deadpool comes out on top, he steals Macho's Space Sedan, a car capable of spaceflight. It doesn't stay long in Deadpool's possession though. He drops it off at Futsal Intergalactic Towing and Recovery, trading it in for a different spaceship, but not after tossing a custom license plate on it that reads DP rules. And at number 8, Zenpool's turkey. So I guess a turkey isn't technically a device, but if you're using it for self-defense, is it? Well, in issue 36, Deadpool has a dream in which a Zen version of himself confronts him. Taking place after the events of Axis, the dream is brought on by a spell of Scarlet Witch and Dr. Dooms in an attempt to put an end to Onslaught, except it affected everyone who was present on the island during that confrontation, including Deadpool. Deadpool lets his Zen version take the wheel, and swears to give up violence. In the next issue, as he's walking down the street, he encounters a group of masked thugs who attack him, but instead of getting violent, he uses what he has at his disposal to defend himself. A turkey. As he says to the thugs, "Look upon me, gentlemen, I am living proof that a man can change his ways. I carry not a sword, but a turkey, like Gilgamesh." He was a weird one, remember him? Then he swings the turkey around, knocking the guns out of the thug's hands, slapping one in the face with it, and using it to dodge bullets. It also absorbs bullets at one point too, which is kinda like, well, would a real turkey do that? Or is it actually like a bulletproof turkey? And why would he have a bulletproof turkey? I feel like it might be a real turkey. Eventually the spell was reverted and Deadpool returned to his good old homicidal self. But we don't know if he took the turkey home and ate it afterwards. Speaking of homicide, in at number 7, the Boombox. The Boombox appeared in the final issue of Deadpool Volume 3, Issue 44, aka the 250th issue of Deadpool ever published. Now in the story, Ultimatum comes after Deadpool, so he decides to take them on and actually kills himself in the process. How? By using this gadget. The Boombox is a portable electromagnetic pulse generator that Deadpool got from Tony Stark. Or rather, he stole it from Tony Stark. And it's downright destructive. As Wade presses the one big blue button on the box, he says, "EMP, you the real MVP," and blows the crap out of Ultimatum. It's epic. Up next, number 6, the Internet. Alright, everyone uses the internet, but you gotta admit, when you hear about superheroes using it, it's pretty darn humorous. Now, on several occasions, Deadpool mentions his activity on social media, and in the latest 2018 run of his comic, he's spotted several times with his smartphone, usually calling Negasonic Teenage Warhead back at the office. Anywho, the Merc with a Mouth uses both Snapchat and Twitter, as seen in Spider-Man Deadpool issue 12 and in Deadpool Assassin 5. And in Deadpool Kills Deadpool issue 1, he claims to have hacked Wolverine's Tumblr account, which, as a sentence alone, is pretty darn wonderful. Moving on to number 5, Interspatial Distorter. Here we have something called an Interspatial Distorter. Deadpool busts this one out in a battle with Daredevil, which is actually a battle with Iron Fist dressed up as Daredevil, side note, tossing it onto him as he states that the device will temporarily phase his brain into Dimension X. But ha, jokes, it's not actually a thing. As Daredevil points out, it's just an iPod with a piece of masking tape attached to it. But that gives Deadpool enough time to strike and also make fun of Daredevil / Iron Fist for believing it was something more, for like even that split second. Sometimes, friends, it's not what your devices can do, but what you can make other people believe they can do. Up next, number 4, MOTORPOOL. Introduced in 2018's Deadpool Volume 7 Issue 1, the MOTORPOOL is a motorcycle that Deadpool stole from some bikers when his contract with them turned out to be in violation. Stating that they owed him a penalty fee due to not disclosing that his target wasn't human, Deadpool ends up taking matters into his own hands. This happens when the biker declines to pay him more, and his biker buddies find out that he had put a hit out on their pal. Deadpool takes this opportunity to steal his motorcycle and calls it the Pool Cycle, which he then immediately decides to call the MOTORPOOL instead, stating, "It's like someone just made a mill in merch royalties." Up next, number 3, the Hot Rod Surfboard. In that same 2018 Deadpool Volume 7, but in issue 2, Deadpool is recruited by the Avengers to take on a massive alien foe that's attempting to invade Earth. Midway through his meeting with the heroes, Iron Man gets a call that the creature has already landed in New York City, and Deadpool heads on over there to kill it. What's his mode of transportation? Well, it's a tricked out cosmic surfboard. Deadpool acquired it back in Deadpool Team Up Volume 1 issue 883, when he was briefly hired by Galactus to be his new herald. When Galactus inevitably fired him, Deadpool kept the cosmic surfboard, and decided to trick it out with a massive muscle car engine. Unnecessary, but it definitely makes it feel like a much more threatening mode of transportation. And really, looks are what's important, right? And at number 2, the Image Inducer. The Image Inducer is a gadget that isn't just a Deadpool special. Rather, it exists throughout the Marvel Universe and has been used by the likes of Polaris, Beast, and Nightcrawler. First appearing in X-Men issue 97 in 1976, it was originally developed by Tony Stark at Stark Industries. So, what exactly is it? Well, the Image Inducer is a device that produces a hologram to disguise the appearance of the user. It looks like a small watch, so it's pretty discreet. While Deadpool often doesn't give a damn about his appearance, on several occasions he's used an Image Inducer to go undercover. This primarily appeared in his first solo series. And finally, in at number 1, the Magical Satchel. Deadpool's Magical Satchel is kind of like Hermione Granger's bag in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The satchel is a powerful object that can provide the user with anything that they wish, even if their wish is something that doesn't exist. So I mean, technically it is a little bit different than Hermione's, but it stores just as much stuff. The bag is indestructible, its limits are endless, and it has infinite power. So essentially it is super OP. While Deadpool has pulled some questionable things out of this satchel, often off panel, its most common use is to provide the Merc with a Mouth his weapons. It's often the butt of many a joke. Speaking of butts, as far as some fans are concerned, for a long time running, it was believed that the satchel was just a myth, with the continuity of Deadpool's actions and dialogue always in flux because of the nature of his character. This is because it was often referenced in the comics but never physically seen. But in Spider-Man Deadpool issue 27 in 2018, he actually busts out the satchel, with Deadpool loading up for a mission by saying, "I'll bring the magic bag, just in case." It's filled with a ton of weapons, but then shrinks down to a tiny little satchel in the next panel. Alright, there we have it, friends. Which of these Deadpool gadgets was your favorite? Give us a shout in those comments below and let us know. If you dug this video, spread the love and hit that like button while you're at it. Also, once more, major thank you to Wallabot for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to find out more or pick up your own, check out the link in our video description below for all the details. In the meantime though, thanks for watching everybody. I'll catch you all in the next video.